What's going on, y'all? So listen.
What's going on, y'all? So we are back for another episode review of Love and Hip Hop Miami, Season 4, Episode 6, Tiger King. So we start the episode off with Sukihana, okay? She's in a studio. She got her manager, or I don't know if he's her manager or road manager, Jay Kelly. Now, what I want to say is, Mr. Jay Kelly, because it took me a minute to realize what was going on with your hair. Okay, because at first it looked fine. And then all of a sudden, when that camera panned to the back and I seen that cat tail behind you, I can't call it a rat tail because it was way thicker than that, okay? Cut it off. Cut it off, okay? I cannot stand when y'all do stuff like that. I mean, it's y'all hair or whatever. Do what you ever want. But it just looked weird. It just looked weird, okay? But, I was like, what is going on? Who shaved you and left that? Okay, it was just a lot. Meanwhile, Sukihana is working on a new song, and she wanted to do a photo shoot for the cover of the song, and she wanted to be like this tiger-esque type of thing. She wanted a tiger out there, whatever. And all I kept on thinking about was that graphic designer that she didn't pay $100 to do something, and he or she, I don't know which one it was, made this little, to be quite honest, it was a little generic, but it's right up Sookie's alley, and post or whatever, and she was like a cat or something, and then pay $100 for it. I said, girl, pay that $100, okay? Meanwhile, she want to do a whole little thing about it. She don't want her mama to know or to be a part of it. Miami Tip, who used to be her manager, she wants to come back on board. And the problem is with that was, she was her manager at one point, but then her mama started taking a more active role. So Tip was like, what am I being used for? But now she wants to come back into help. And Jay Kelly, he feels some type of way, like, you see that we are now popping and things are really popping off and happening for Sukihana, and now all of a sudden you want to come back in when everything is going good, okay? No, I'm not really here for that. And Suki said, she'll fight you. He said her arm's too short. It made me laugh. I don't care. I don't care. It made me laugh because I wasn't expecting it. Because y'all know, no lie, Miami Tip is short, but she's not a little person short. But it's almost as if she was 2 seconds away from being a little person, and, a quick decision happened that said, no, give her a couple of more inches. That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. No lie. Okay, I'm not the only one. I know y'all think it too, but whatever. And so they finna do all of that. Of course, she talking about the opening of her shop and how that's not opening. And I'm like, I still don't understand the reason why you won't open it. People still know you, okay? Regardless of the fact that you don't have your Instagram, people still know you. You still a big name, and because of that alone, they will still show up and show support. You all the million people that you had on your Instagram was not going to show up to your thing because they're not all in Miami or whatever. So, girl, go ahead and open it up. Okay, you don't have that confidence in yourself. Like, I don't get it. But okay, moving on from that. Trina, at this point, fire your whole team, okay? Fire your whole team, and find somebody else. All right. I would say get Julian back, but he'll probably take some money. I don't know that situation no more. But at this point in time, you need to put out some money for somebody else, okay? Because this is ridiculous at this point. You are saying how much of a professionist you are, and yet you cannot come on time to a photo shoot. You can't come on time to a charity benefit. You can't come on time to your own event for your album release celebration anniversary. You can't have Trick Daddy on the list or whatever. It's too many incidents that have happened that shows that you need to fire your team that you got now and get new people. Granted, these people probably been up in your life all throughout your career, and sometimes we can't hire friends, okay? We can't hire friends. We can't hire known acquaintances. We need somebody new with fresh eyes that are on the ball, because there's no reason why you should keep on coming late to these things because your management is giving you the wrong call time, okay? And now you got to rush to go ahead and get dressed and whatever because the photographer or whatever is only going to be there for 3 more hours. And I know it's going to take a minute to get your hair and your makeup and your wardrobe all together. No, we ain't got time for this, okay? Moving on from that, Florence, she about to do her opening for her beauty bar. Is Haitian Flag Day. Hey, okay. And so she's getting ready. She was like, it's 2 hours to the opening. 2,000 people has RSVP. You know, we see Gael and their mother, they're coming up, and she was like, oh, it's pink. I like the pink. I was like, oh, she's the sweetest thing, okay? But I'm sitting here like, Gael, didn't she tell your ass that you wasn't invited? Gael said, I don't care. I'm coming here with mama. She can't kick me out when I'm with mama. I said, I would have used that card too. I would have used mama card too, okay? And so mama was sitting there, she was like, where is Marlon? Okay, she was like, listen, I ain't talking to Marlon. I don't care about Marlon. Do you know Marlon was up there trying to cheat on her? I said, well, damn, tell your sister business. See, I don't like people like that. If my sister say don't say nothing, I ain't gonna say nothing, okay? I'm gonna let her tell her business. But Gael couldn't help it, and she couldn't wait to just tell the mama that, listen, Marlon was out here cheating, and I feel like he a bad dude. He don't need to be with her. And the mama is like, you know, she got 3 kids, okay? That don't look right, and that ain't gonna be right for her to be having these 3 kids and then to get a divorce. And Gael was like, you know, because she's Haitian, and in the Haitian community, and especially the older Haitian community, they don't believe in divorce and stuff like that. They just believe in sucking it up and taking it. Is that true? And I'm pretty sure that a lot of older people kind of had that mindset no matter which culture you're from. Okay, I've heard that. I just didn't even know it was like that over there. But even over here, you know what I'm saying? People just suck it up and just stay in it. Bitch, it wouldn't be me. Okay? If I ain't happy, I ain't happy. I ain't got time to be taking abuse if I don't got to, okay? Listen, it ain't benefiting me, so no. And so at this point, they go inside the shop, and her sister Joyce is also there. And so, you know, of course the mama is like, where Marlon? Your sister told me about what's going on with you and Marlon. And at this point, Florence is almost like she's almost on Marlon's side because she don't want to necessarily want to mess with the sister and be cool with her or take what she's saying, because she feel like that girl is just trying to sabotage her relationship at this point. But, you know, she's kind of over the fact that she keeps bringing it up, and you bringing it up at this point in time where I'm trying to, you know, open up my beauty bar. I'm an hour away. And next thing you know, the other sister, Joyce, said, because Gael was like, Mommy, guess what? He touched my butt. Okay. And Joyce was like, listen, I ain't want to have to say this, but he did the same thing to me. See, I said, child, why y'all do this? We couldn't do this the day before, or we couldn't do this afterwards when we closed up. She's stressed out enough and y'all want to put all this on her. She ain't gonna leave. So what's the point? What is the point? Girl, a mess. So, CO, who was one of Trina's manager, he sits down with Raymond, who was Trina's boyfriend, and they basically had this conversation and trying to understand. They try to get to a common ground. CO is like, you know, she got a lot of stuff that's coming up, and she can't keep doing what she's doing, like being late and stuff like that. But the whole time that they're talking about this, and, you know, he's like, you know, you need to help manage her and get her on places on time. And because Raymond was telling us his role, you know, he's like, I'm the boyfriend. You only see me when Trina brings me out, and I'm cool with that. But I help her behind the scenes. And we see what he was doing. And he seems like a nice guy, okay? He seems like he really has her interest at heart, and he's not making her do anything that she doesn't want to do. And, you know, he didn't appreciate the way that old boy was trying to say, you know, you need to manage her, you need to help buckle her down or whatever, and make her do this and make her do that. And his whole thing is like, she's an artist, and I feel like artists should be free to do what they need to do, and you shouldn't mold the artist to the manager. The artist needs to mold themselves to the artist, okay? Or I should say the manager needs to mold themselves to the artist, meaning you have to follow the flow of the artist, okay? And I get where he coming from, and at the same time, I just didn't like the fact that CO sitting there trying to put it all on Trina, because Trina, it is your fault too, because I will keep up with my schedule as well. But y'all the one giving her the call time, and y'all the one that's giving her the wrong time to show up to these places, and you got her looking stupid, okay? Bitch, that's called double checking, and somebody is not double checking, somebody is not proofreading, somebody is not making sure things are locked in. And so don't try to put it all on Trina. Put it on yourself too, because your management skills right now, it's not looking good. Meanwhile, we get to Flo. She's waiting on Marlon. Bitch, what is that? Piece of peanut shell. She waiting on Marlon. Okay, he's supposed to be showing up. He has not shown up. The press been out there for an hour waiting, the Haitian press or whatever. They've been out there for an hour waiting to see what's going on, when we're going to open up, when we're going to go in, when she's going to come out and say something. And so they just went on ahead and said what they got to say, let the people in. Later, while she was trying to give a tour, Marlon wants to come in after everything is said and done with some flowers, a couple of bouquets of flowers. So they go outside, they give this little interview, and at this point, in Florence's mind, she is not cool with Marlon, okay? Things are not together, but, we're going to put up a front because we don't want people to know that we're having issues right now because all this press is here and everything. And so later, in the interview, he's basically saying this is the love of his life. This is the only woman that's going to be there. He's proud of her and all of this stuff, bigging her up. And she was like, it's really crazy that he's saying all of this and doing other things. So they go have a conversation, and she basically tells him, just because we out here doing this don't mean that it's all to the good. My sister then told me that you done touched her ass too, the other one, okay? And he like, you know what, that ain't even true. I don't know why she would say that. And on the one hand, I don't even know what is to be real, okay? Because Gael could be telling the truth about Marlon touching her ass or whatever, but also she could have looped the sister in to say the same thing because she just that sneaky. She seems like the sneaky type that'll do that. And I'm not putting it past Marlon that he probably did some shit, but I'm not putting it past Gael that she'll probably make up some shit too. It's trash when you got trash ass family all around. So we get Bobby Likes go over there to Miami Tip. She said the pandemic hit and she went back to doing what she usually do. Working at the strip club, I guess. And she used to work for Suki, but then when the pandemic hit, her mom came in and she was like, I can't compete with that, okay? And basically what's going on with that is, what it all boils down to is Miami Tip somewhat took the credit for getting Suki into certain places, like into the Cardi B video for WAP, getting her into meetings with different labels, whatever. But it was not Tip, but Sukiana's whole perception of what she wanted to be. Suki wanted to be so, down, and I guess this ratchet ghetto-fied type of person. I'm gonna do whatever it is that I want to do. I'm not gonna change for nobody. If I want to talk this way, talk this way. If I want to act this way, act this way, or whatever. And that's fine to a certain extent, but then you add the OnlyFans up there, and you doing nasty stuff on the OnlyFans. So let me tell you something, I ain't judging nobody doing no OnlyFans, okay? If I would have found somebody that interests me, I would definitely pay some money to see it. Depends, okay? But then again, I can look at it online. Anyway, moving on from that. But it was one particular video that they discussed about her, regurgitating on, her man and, keep on doing what she was doing. And that's disgusting in himself. And you got the labels looking at her like, and Tip said, is she a porn star or is she an artist? Like, which one is it, And so she's basically being a hindrance to her own self and her music career. And, she wants to be back with her, but things got to change. And that's just basically what it all comes down to. And Suki really don't see that aspect of it and where people are coming from. It's not people trying to, come at you some type of way, but they're looking out for you, okay? You're getting in your own way, okay? It can be a two-edged sword, you know what I'm saying? Either you do or you don't. Catch-22 type of situation. And I understood exactly where Miami was coming from. And, the way Suki going, she is going to be her own downfall, to be quite honest. I did hear about some of the issues. I don't know what happened between her and her man or ex-man now. After I put up the video and said that I liked them together from last week, somebody said in the comments that he aired her out or aired a whole bunch of their business out on live. I didn't see it, but I did see some stuff in the blogs about him apologizing for putting some things out, and then Suki, putting up this post basically saying she was forced to break up with him, whatever, to focus more so on her career. I don't know what's going on with that. It's all a mess. So I just hope she get it together eventually. Moving on from that. And I know she's trying to be her authentic self, but sometimes it's a little too much. All right? And especially, I don't know. But moving on from that, We get Sheila Marie. She meeting up with, I think her name was Melissa. It's like a life coach or whatever that she had before. And basically talking about her anxiety, talking about the way that she feels isolated within the dynamics that she has with Ace and, her life right now, especially with Ace and his mom and, that one particular baby. When she said that one Mother's Day when she told Ace, you got to get your mama some flowers. And so she went on ahead and brought the flowers. And the mama said, tell Ace to take that back and get his money back, because I'm pretty sure that, she knew that that wasn't from him, because it was like the ones that my son usually get be bigger than that or whatever. Baby, that would have hurt my feelings too, okay? Blondie don't play. Blondie is one of those ones that just don't care what she say. She gonna think it. She gonna say it out loud, okay? No sugarcoating, no reworking it or whatever, trying to suit your sensitivities or whatever. She gonna say what she gotta say. And that's a good thing at sometimes, and at other times it's not, because she doesn't have a sensitivity chip, okay? And she is want to be the queen bee. And I can understand how, Sheila might feel in that situation, because she's not number one. And she said, people may look at me and Ace relationship and think that we like the best couple. No, we don't. But at least see that y'all good together. But we have issues. And we know that. Every relationship has issues. You just don't broadcast it. That's all that it is, okay? Nobody want to put their dirty laundry out there. We're going to put the good stuff out there. We don't want the dirty laundry to be out there. But at the end of the day, everybody got dirty laundry. He has to work on himself. You have to work on yourself, both selves. And she was like, I do things for him. And she just feel underappreciated sometimes. I'm doing for you. I'm doing for your kids. I'm reminding you about this. And I don't get a thank you. I don't get a notice. I don't get nothing. And it's like, I don't want to just be wrapped up in him and be known as Ace's wife. I want to be known as myself too. And even the life coach was like, well, it is 3 entities in this. It's him, you, and y'all together. So y'all got to figure out what works. But, communication, I always say, and write stuff down. Write stuff down and really talk things out and try to listen to each other. That's what y'all need to do. That's all I can say. So the end of the episode, let me just tell you this. Trina, you kind of messed me up, all right? Because, ma'am, you came late. Your team dropped the ball. And because you came late, you expect the photographer to stay when he has a flight that was already, in the works. And he's supposed to change his whole schedule or whatever because of you? No. He said his Uber is outside. We're going to get these couple of shots and I'm going to go. Okay? And once again, what was proven, that you need to get a new team, because CO, he freaking leaves. He's not there to control nothing. He's not there to fix nothing for you. And you're getting your feelings over it. And you thinking even if he was there that, baby, this made it look like it's the lighting. Okay, girl, looking at my eyes. You trying to make it seem as if he was there, he would be able to convince the photographer to stay or whatever and get a later flight. No, it don't work that way, okay? Trina, and I'm going to be 100% real. Trina cool, okay, for the most part. But, and she has done a lot. She's done a lot. I'm not going to take that from her. But the diva antics that she put off sometimes, it's almost as if she's at a bigger level than what she is. To be quite honest, when I look at you on this show, I look at you as a local celebrity. You may have had national commercial hits here and there, but at this point in time, given that you're on this show, I'm looking at you like a local celebrity, and you're doing too much. Moving on from that, Sookie and this cat and this whole conversation at this photo shoot with Tip. Tip is absolutely correct, okay? That's all I'm going to say. Listen, Jay Kelly, I didn't like the disrespect that you was giving Tip, and I feel it's because, you're trying to put it down that, she couldn't do nothing for Sookie because she's a stripper, and, like, she had to tell you, at the end of the day, I was doing stuff, going to the strip club, and then still coming in, putting out emails at 9 o'clock in the morning and doing all this stuff and trying to link stuff together. She was further along and got all this stuff when I was the manager, okay? So the way that he tried to discredit her when things are not going right the way that they supposed to be, like she said, where's the labels, okay? Ever since the mom and Jay Kelly came in, what has been done, All right. She said a lot of the stuff has been done when I was on the team to get her where she's at now. All right. And I believe that. I believe that just by the way she was talking so confidently and putting out the stuff, the way that she was saying, like, I got receipts to back this up if you need it. That's how she was saying with her force. And, you know, the way he was trying to put her down, I'm like, you trying to say this about her being a stripper. Meanwhile, Sukihana, a whole ass porn star. So what's the difference? The only thing is one ain't taking dick for money. Okay. So, like, what's like, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Suki said they all on the team. It is what it is. Sheila Marie and Ace, y'all need counseling, okay, at this point. Because Ace, you shouldn't be able to blow up at her because, or, you know, shut down the same way Blondie said, we're not going to do that today. We're not going to get into that. Ace did that when Sheila Marie was trying to tell him how she felt and what she was going through and how she has this compromising type of energy and spirit, you know, and, you know, some of the issues that she has with his mother and that she knows it's not going to change because it's her or whatever, and some of the things that he doesn't do to make her feel appreciated. He kind of shut that thing down. Next thing you know, they de-micing. I said, child, a mess. Truth be told, this episode really wasn't nothing. Okay, I was bored with it. But y'all tell me how y'all feel. I'll see y'all later. Peace.